Hello and welcome to BUS 652, which is Managerial Accounting. My name is Craig Bruce. I will be your professor for the next 15 or 16 weeks. What I wanted to do in this video was provide a little welcome as well as cover the course shell and go through maybe some expectations and provide some guidance on how to work through the shell each week. Okay, so if you see here, we start off with a quick introduction, let you know some of the things that we're going to be, some of the resources that you have, or some of the things that we're going to be using within the course. If you scroll down, well, you don't have to, I will. They give you some next steps. If you'll notice, there is the syllabus. On that syllabus is my cell phone number. I strongly encourage you to reach out to me, text me, give me a call, whatever, if you have any difficulties. Okay, I welcome texts and calls. If you do decide to call me and I don't answer, please leave a message. Let me know who you are, where I can call you back, and I would, gladly return your call when I'm available. So there's the syllabus. Again, please print that out. If I were you, I would keep it with all my study material, my books and whatnot. Within the syllabus I provided for you the course calendar and schedule. Keep in mind that is not etched in stone. It's possible that some things may change depending on how the course goes, and depending on your feedback. There may be some things that we omit. There may be some things that we add if we need more practice. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's not etched in stone. It is flexible. We may add or take away some things as the situation dictates. Next, there's a welcome letter. I encourage you to read it. Just gives you some background about who I am, where I'm from, what I do, as well as provides my teaching philosophy. Underneath that is the Connect registration. When you purchased your book, whether you purchased it through the bookstore or you got the e-book online, they should have provided you with a Connect access code. We will be using Connect for homeworks, quizzes, and exams. Okay, so if you click on that Connect registration, they have a little link, takes you there, or takes you to the Connect McGraw-Hill Connect website, where you can enter your access code. If you did not get an access code, maybe you rented the book, I do believe you can buy one through there. You can also buy an ebook with Connect access directly through McGraw-Hill. Okay, and then I have the get to know your classmate discussion posts. So being that we're separated by distance and time, the only way that we're other than if you call me or text me, the only way that we're going to be able to communicate with each other is through discussion boards. So that's how we're going to get to know each other and talk about the material and learn from each other and help each other out. So when you do your discussion posts and you do your discussion responses, please try and be lengthy. Please try and be detailed. 4 to 6 paragraphs for an initial post would suffice, and your responses should be anywhere from 2 to 4 paragraphs in a response. So please don't respond with, hey, good post, or I like that, or I agree. Yeah, that shows nothing that you understand the material and whatnot. So the idea behind these discussion posts are to get you guys to communicate and kind of open up. Okay, so please be thoughtful in both your posts and your responses. If you scroll down, I provide the first thing we have here is our agenda, which let's open that up. Each week you have an agenda, and let's make this bigger. And the agenda kind of introduces you to the topics that we're going to be looking at over the week. So I provide a very brief introduction to what we're going to be talking about. I provide the objectives. Now, these objectives are very important. These are what you need to be able to do or know by the time you complete your study. Okay, so these learning objectives should really guide your learning. You guys are, all online, so you guys have to be good self-regulated learners. I'll let you know. I put together the curriculum for the course with the learning objectives and whatnot. So I try to give you as much guidance as possible, and one way of doing that is providing the learning objectives of, hey, here's what you're going to need to know by the time you complete your study. Underneath that are activities. Okay, these are kind of your homework reminders slash suggestions on how you should proceed through your studies. Okay, first, it is assumed and sort of expected that you complete the reading. Now, to assist you in your reading, you have the PowerPoints and you have the study guides that I created. These study guides are graded. They are graded for completeness as well as content. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, if you are able to accurately and concisely answer the question in 1 or 2 sentences, that's fine. Okay, you don't need to write a book, right? I just want to make sure that you understand what the questions are asking or successfully able to answer those questions. Okay, so these are graded. Once you do that, once you read the chapter and try to answer the study guide, the next thing you want to do is watch the recorded videos. Now, I record these videos. It's just me lecturing, talking. What I try to do is to provide some value for you as far as expanding on some topics, maybe trying to explain a little better than the book does on certain topics. I always pull out what I feel is the most important, that needs to be understood, so to speak. Excuse me. I try to work through as many problems as we can, making sure that you understand how to take the concepts and actually apply them. That's big. So I try and kind of reiterate what's important and really pull that out. So being that this is online, I try to a lot of times, especially in the lectures and whatnot, kind of repeat myself. The idea behind that is, if you hear it enough, see it enough, do it enough, you'll understand it and you'll learn it. Plus, too, if you keep hearing me repeat things, usually that's a tip off that's pretty important. It's probably either going to show up on a quiz or it's going to be on an exam. Okay, so keep that in mind as well. After you watch the demo videos and you read and complete your study guide, let me back up, pump the brakes. One last thing. The last video of each chapter is a demonstration video. In your study guide, I always put some sort of examples, right? Something to get you to work through. The idea is that you try these on your own through the reading and the lecture notes, but then I provide a final video that actually walks through step by step how to solve these. Okay, for 2 reasons. Number one, I want you to have immediate feedback. I want you to try it, either successfully complete it or have no idea what's going on. That's fine. Then you watch the video and you say, okay, yep, I know exactly what's going on, or oh, okay, I see where I messed up, I understand. So it's my way of trying to, in an asynchronistic world, provide instantaneous feedback, okay, at least with the problems and whatnot. So then after you watch all those videos, complete your study guide, do the reading, then you want to move on to the Connect pre-built problems. This is a very useful tool. and there's no reason why you shouldn't get 100%. Two reasons. First reason why you should never get anything less than 100% is because I give you unlimited attempts to receive full credit. Okay. The only drawback is that let's say you do the first attempt and you get a 90%. You might be okay with that, or you might be a perfectionist and say, you know what, I want 100%. You start a new attempt. The only drawback is the questions that you got right in your first attempt, those will have to be re-answered. Okay. Now, here's the curveball. These are algorithmic problems. So each attempt that you open and try, you're going to have different numbers. So just because you got it right in the first attempt, the second attempt that you try, let's say problem 1 says calculate, I don't know, drawing a blank here, calculate unit product cost. Okay, you successfully do that and you miss another question. You go back into attempt 2. Attempt 2, question 1 is going to be the same exact question, meaning they're going to ask you calculate the unit product cost, but you're going to have different numbers. Okay, so to get full credit you have to answer everything. Okay, why is this such a useful tool? Well, number one, it provides instantaneous feedback to you, right? It lets you know if you got it right, got it wrong. There are some problems in Connect that allow you to use resources. It'll say take me into where this is in the book and you can read about it. Sometimes they have McGraw-Hill produced demonstration videos on how to solve a problem like that. Not every problem has it, only some of them. So again, it gives you that instantaneous feedback. It gives you a lot of practice. And there's no reason why you shouldn't get 100% because you have unlimited attempts. Okay. After you do your Connect, you have a weekly quiz. Don't get too nervous. The quiz each week only covers the material that you worked on. Okay. So for example, you're going to do week 1. We're going to cover the prologue and chapter 1. Chapter 1 is really important because it deals with like cost concepts and categorizing costs. So that's kind of like the base of the course, so you need to know that. Anyways, so you're going to read those 2 chapters, answer your study guide the best you can, watch the lecture videos, maybe hopefully the lecture videos add to your study guide, meaning more information that you can jot down. There are example problems. After I do all of which I think I mentioned, after I do all the lecture videos, we do the demo video, so you'll have all the correct answers and know how to do the example problems. After you do all that, you're going to take your quiz. Okay, again, the quiz is only maybe 10 to 12 questions to test what you know, right? What we've learned, just to kind of gauge your understanding. All right, so study chapter 1 materials, study your chapter 1 study guide. Make sure you watch those videos, those chapter 1 videos. Make sure you understand the Connect problems. Then take your quiz. Now, the quiz is timed and you only get 1 shot. I think it's like 20 minutes. I think you can answer 10 questions in 20 minutes or 9 questions in 20 minutes. So it's not, again, it's only, I think, 10 points per piece per quiz. It's just to test your understanding. That's really all it is. Okay, and then that's it. So that's the agenda. What I do want to do is show you the videos. Okay, if you'll notice, which, let's open it up, we hit play. It's going to talk over me here. Sorry, we're going to play this one. Hello and welcome back to our second video dealing. Okay, let me pause that. Okay, I want to show you 2 things. Now, you guys are adult learners. You're online, so you got to be self-regulated learners. Okay, I take the time and put in the effort, and I really enjoy kind of actually doing these lecture videos because I try and keep them. They're not polished, right? They're not going to be edited. They're not going to be me reading and pronunciating every word correctly and whatnot. The reason why is I want you to feel like you're in class. Okay, we're separated by time and space. So when you sit down for 20 minutes to watch one of these videos, I want you to feel like I'm right in front of you. So I'm going to ask you questions, right? The idea is, let me phrase that. I'm going to ask you questions and then maybe pause for a couple seconds. The idea is that you're thinking about the material and trying to answer that question in your head, right? From your readings and from what we talked about in the lecture videos. Um, Again, after the pause, I provide you with the answer, but again, it's just my way of trying to create some sort of excitement, I guess you could say. Hopefully having you feel like you're not sitting at home in your office at midnight watching this crap because you have to. So I do try and make them a little bit exciting, and kind of test your knowledge and whatnot, and try and get you to interact with the material. Now, if you click right here, this little full screen, you probably can't see it, but underneath there is a bar. So you could slide through, taking a little bit, so you can slide through and go forward, okay? And again, as self-regulated learners, the idea is that you guys are picking up what you need versus kind of speed, and being able to speed through what maybe you already know. Now, in the videos, I always try and repeat myself. Two reasons for that. The majority of this stuff right now, as we're just getting started, it's all simple rote memorization. You got to memorize crap, right? So if you see it a lot, if you hear it a lot, chances are it's going to stick in that long-term memory. So that's one reason why I do that. Number two, if I keep saying something and keep emphasizing something, chances are it's probably going to be either on a quiz or an exam. So another way of trying to point you in the right direction. Okay, so you have your pre-built Connect problem right here. Again, the instructions are, hey, just log into Connect, do your problem. You don't have to submit anything here. Once the deadline's up, let me know, or scratch that. Once the deadline's up, I will go in, print the report, find out what your score is, and then I'll enter it here. This is just a placeholder, just kind of a reminder, okay? One last kind of piece of information or suggestion, if you will. I don't want to open up because this is public and I don't want everyone knowing my cell phone number. I hope that, or let's put it this way, I try to convey through this video, reach out to me, right? Don't feel alone. On the syllabus, I put my cell phone number. I did that for a reason. I expect you, if you're having trouble, to text me or call me, okay? Texting and calling is better than emailing me. Why? Well, I gotta be honest, I'm adjunct here. I work full-time and I'm adjunct at a couple other universities, as well as working on a PhD, so I don't get to check my email as much as I would like. If you text me, guaranteed I'll get that information. If you call me, guaranteed I'll get that message, okay? That's number one. Number two, again, we're online, right? You need answers quickly. Best way to get those answers quickly is by either calling me or texting me, okay? Don't feel like you're bothering me. It is not a problem. I want you to reach out to me and get in touch with me, and the best way to do that, again, is either through calling or texting. If you have an issue and you text me, I'm either going to A, answer your question right then and there on the spot. B, I'm going to say, you know what, I can't answer this through the text. Let's talk about this. I'm available at this time. Do you want me to call you? Or we can set up a big blue button session, which is great because it's asynchronous, so we can talk to each other, and it has a whiteboard so I can work through a calculation and you can see exactly what's going on, okay? So again, don't feel alone. If you're having any difficulty, let me know. I'm more than happy to work with you. Trying to think anything else that's important. Again, reach out to me if you need anything. Again, I look forward to working with all of you. If you guys have any specific questions, about how the course is going to run or anything, please reach out to me. I'm really big on providing value as far as how can this class help you out in your future career or your career now. So in the get to know your classmates, make sure you let me know what you do and how you think this class can hopefully help you, in your career. Maybe you have something that you want to do in the future. Maybe you want to start a business. One student in the past wanted to start her own orchard farm and put on events. One student was working working for somebody that was doing sustainable farming with fish and eco whatever. So let me know what you're interested in, and how we can apply these costing concepts that we're going to learn, to help you get some value when you get out into the real world, or if you're already in the real world, what you need to know now that can help you out. So again, thanks for tuning in. I look forward to working with all of you, as well as getting to know each of you guys through your discussion posts and your get to know your classmate posts. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, and we'll see you in week 1. So thanks for tuning in.